Welcome to my math and chemistry channel on YouTube. I'm Stefan Beden and I'm going to talk about trigonometry today. Basic trigonometry. And you see, we have a circle here, and this is a unit circle. That means that the radius have a length of one length unit. And it is inscribed in 4 quadrants, unit quadrants. Here you have the first quadrant. Every side is one length unit. Here you have the second rectangle and quadrant, and here you have the third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Draw a straight line that goes across the circle. So you have two intersection points on the periphery. So we can draw a triangle here. And the triangle is right 90 degrees. It's a right triangle. And you have an angle here of alpha. And this side here has a name. It is named sinus alpha. So this length here is sinus alpha length units. And this side here, it's called cosinus alpha. Cosine alpha. Then we have another angle here. And this is called beta. Alpha plus beta is a right angle. So it's 90 degrees. So alpha plus beta is 90 degrees. And they are called complementary angles. And the Pythagorean theorem says that 1 squared is equal to sinus squared alpha plus cosinus squared alpha. Then we have a second triangle here. If this is beta, this side here is called sine beta. So you have sinus beta equals cosinus alpha. And sinus alpha here, this side here is sinus alpha. It is equal to this side here, and this side is called cosinus beta. So sinus alpha is the same as cosinus beta. And this is very important in the math. And then we have trigonometrical identities. Trigono identities. Trigonal identities. And those are tangents alpha is the same as sinus alpha divided by cosinus alpha. We have cotangents alpha, that's cosinus alpha minus sinus alpha. Tangents beta is sinus beta over cosinus beta. And cotangents beta, that's cosinus beta over sinus beta. And we have up here tangents alpha is equal as 1 divided by cotangents alpha, and tangents beta is 1 divided by cotangents beta. These formulas are very, very important. If we go back to the picture here, you see that this side here, if you divide this side by cosinus alpha, you get 1 units. And then you have to divide sinus alpha with cosinus alpha. There. So this side here is called tangents alpha. So at the same time, you have this triangle here where you have the beta. So this side here is tangents beta. So this, if we go back to the unit circle again, we'll take an example. Let us draw a line here. I don't know what it is. We call it alpha. And we're going to find the values for sinus alpha, cosinus alpha, tangents alpha, and sinus beta, cosinus beta, and tangents beta. We call it alpha, this here. So this side here, it is called sinus alpha. So if we measure this by measuring with a ruler, you have the sinus value because this is 1 length unit. And the length unit here is 5. So you'll see that sinus alpha 0.42, and that gives you an alpha value of 24.83. Cosinus alpha is this side. And if we measure this side here, you'll have 10.8 length units. And then you divide it by 12. So you get 0.8. And that equals alpha to 25.3. And then you have tangent alpha. And tangent alpha is this side. And that side is, if you measure it, 5.1 12th. So it's a little bit larger than sinus alpha. So alpha here is 25.15. And then you have tangent beta. And tangent beta is 26 divided by 12. And that gives you 24.75. Is another one here. We have a line, we don't know alpha. We're measuring this side here. This side here is 8.4. 8.4 divided by 12. This is sinus alpha. This is tangent alpha. That is the same as sinus alpha divided by cosinus alpha. And this side here is cosinus alpha. 8.5 divided by 12. .5. So it's sinus alpha 44.4 degrees. Tangent alpha is 12 over 12. That's 45 degrees. Cosinus alpha 8.5 divided by 12. That's 44.90. And then you can cosinus beta. Sinus alpha is the same as cosinus beta. That's 44.4 degrees. Cosinus alpha equals sinus beta. That gives you sinus beta to 44.90 degrees. And 1 over tangent alpha is cotangent alpha. And that is 45 degrees. Here we have trigonometric identities. Show that sinus 40 degrees equals cosine 50 degrees. Here you have a unit circle, and here we have the first quadrant, and here we have a line, and this here is 40 degrees. So this side here is sinus 40, and this side is cosinus 40 degrees. This is angle 50 degrees. You have 50 plus 40, that's 90. So it's here. Okay. So this side here is sinus 50 degrees, but sinus 50 degrees is equal to cosinus 40 degrees. And now we had sinus 40 degrees. It is this side here, and that's equal this side. Sinus 40 degrees equals cosine 50. Here you have Here we have another example. Show that cosinus 70 degrees equals to sinus 20. So you have here you see you have 70 degrees here, and this is 1 unit. This is sinus 70, and this is cosinus 70, all by definition. And here you have 20 degrees, and the opposite side is there, that's sinus 20. And the adjacent side is cosinus 20. So this side here is equals to that side, and this side equals to that side. So cosinus 20, it is this side here, it equals sinus 20. Here, show that sinus 15 degrees equals cosinus 75 degrees. So what we have here is 15 degrees here. So this side here is sinus 15. This side here is cosinus 15. Here you have the angle 75 degrees. So this side here is sinus 75, and that equals this side. So sinus 75 degrees equals cosine 15. And this side is sinus 15, and that is equal to cosine 75. That's it. Did you like the video? Please push the like button and do comments and push the button for subscription. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.